My name's Chris. I'm the Algo Man here on TikTok and as well as on our YouTube channel. Thanks for everyone being here, guys. Really do appreciate it. I was actually thinking of what to showcase today, but in today's recap of the markets, we're going to shift gears. We're actually going to focus on gold. Yep, that shiny little metal that everybody loves, and with good reason. We haven't done a gold recap in a while. So today we'll feature it on a 3-minute chart with both CYMO and ScalpMO alongside the VWAP to see how it captured the ebb and flow of the massive moves in this market. Now, let's get some background on gold, because I think this is really important to understand what it is and how it works, okay? It's not just another ticker, guys. Gold is heavily institutionally traded, and money flows into gold when there's risk. So when the NASDAQ goes up, gold often goes down. And when the NASDAQ drops or headline risk hits, gold behaves as a hedge, sort of a flight to safety asset. And it's driven by entirely different forces in the tech-heavy NASDAQ index. And that's what makes it a unique beast, one that's real ideal for day trading if you have the right tools and process in place, okay, guys? So it's a great instrument to really consider to be part of something leveraged that you might be doing. And here's how gold contracts work. So for every one gold futures contract, okay, we're talking about GCs, not the micros, okay? So here's how gold futures are accounted for, guys. One gold futures contract represents 100 troy ounces of gold, and each tick is about 10 cents per ounce, which equals about $10 per contract, okay? So you can look this up online. You know, I don't have to tell you this because it's all over if you want to learn how to calculate gold, but knowing this kind of lets you understand the leverage, the size, and the gravity of each move in gold. It's not small time action, guys, okay? And when gold moves, it moves, and that's one of the beauties about it. So in today's session, we're stripping it down. We're loading, you got this 3-minute here, and we're actually picking apart the gold trades with CYMO mapping the market structure, ScalpMO locking in the burst entries. We'll run it, and then we'll go ahead and post it up on the Discord for your analysis and review, as well as the video over on our YouTube channel. Okay, guys? So again, yesterday's video is already up over on our YouTube channel. If you guys want to look at that, we kind of went through the whole 3-minute cycle hunting process yesterday in real good detail, guys. And that video, it's worth its weight in gold. Really, it is. Because one of our viewers and one of our members actually used the same process today to nail a 120-point winner, which is absolutely amazing. That's exactly what happens when you watch, learn, and apply, okay? You just can't watch and then pretend, because nothing's ever going to happen. You got to watch, learn, and apply. So, the tools are ready, guys, and the time is now. So let's go ahead and run the charts and see how this played out in gold, okay? So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Boom, here we go, guys, all right? Something a little different today to end off the week on a different note. So as always, guys, we don't trade into the first bar of the open, okay? We just don't do that. We let it shake out a little bit and see where price is actually going to go, because we know that after the second bar, we're going to get a move in our indicators here, and we'll see exactly where price is going. Oh, yeah, and we just got that right here. So price is going right into the exhaustion area right here for this first move in gold. So I'd be very, very cautious. You also hit the top of the VWAP right there as to which way I'd want to take a trade. Now, just a little side note, guys, I threw up a 1-hour chart that you can maybe consider as part of an integrated process over on the Discord channel. Look at it, analyze it. It's optional. It's something that if you want to integrate, cool. Just make it part of a process, okay? Kind of gives you market bias as to which way the market is actually moving, and you can always trade in the direction of the bias if you want. But it's up there for you, and I kind of gave you some examples of what tools to use if you so choose to use that 1 hour as part of your process, okay? I like to simplify things when I trade, not complicate them. But that chart is there for consideration if anybody wants to implement it. It's right there with the settings and everything you need with the indicators as well, okay? So here we go, guys. Let me just pause it for a second right here, because we got a nice little rotation. We got a hit on the 80-bar VWAP, and price did what? It didn't break, it pounced, and it pounced down, okay? Now, is this a setup to potentially go short? Probably not just yet, guys. Probably not just yet. Let's see what happens with this, because sometimes price will hit the VWAP right there and it'll stall. It won't actually come in. And if it does, you only got a small little move until it hits this VWAP right here, which might not pencil out as far as the risk reward setup that I want. Okay. And you guys have seen it. Sometimes you hit the bottom and it runs up and it hits the top of the VWAP. Right here, you don't have a lot of room to run. And sure enough, guys, it's hitting the VWAP and it ain't moving. In fact, momentum isn't coming down. Cycle just rotated and nothing is happening. So we wait. It's what we do, okay? And if I'm going to take a trade in gold, I at least want to see cycle moving up and momentum falling, but that's not happening. The opposite is actually happening here. You've got the accelerant going up and momentum here with PYRMO is completely flat as well. Nothing's happening. Looks like if cycle wants to go up, and it will soon, and so that's, okay, let me stop it right there. This is what I'm waiting for right here, guys. I want to see cycle move up. Okay, we've got a nice little move here to the upside. It just crossed above zero. We had momentum tilt up as well right there, and momentum over here is flat as well. So not bad. We're not inside the 80 bar VWAP right there. So I'm going to go ahead and
order filled.
Pull the trigger on that and see where it goes. And momentum is really rising nicely right here. If momentum is rising all the way up right here, you see the yellow line above the red line, okay? This is telling you guys that momentum is the dominant signal moving the trade. And there's two ways you can approach it. You can approach it as a scalper and get out the moment this purple line crosses below zero right there. That's what this would be your exit if you were a scalper. But if you want to ride the trend component of the move, then you're going to wait until PYRMO actually touches the region Y threshold right here again. And the moment it touches that, then you are done with the trade. There's nothing else left. So I'm going to go with that because I have a tendency to be more of a swing trader than a scalper. We're just going to let it run until momentum actually crosses below the threshold right here, okay? Now, again, we're letting it run because momentum is all the way up here. Look, so it's really pulling price up. Now, if momentum wasn't this high, I'd probably get out right here where I told you guys, okay? Which is right smack right there. It still would have been an excellent trade if you're a scalper. Hey, no big deal. If it ran and you're a scalper, that's okay, guys. But you got to go for what plays with your bias, okay? In fact, it caught the second rotation right here to the upside. That would have ended right here as well. So if you're a scalper, you would have had two swings to this to the upside. But if you're more of a swing trader and I saw momentum climb above 0.90, I'd probably wait until momentum dips below this threshold, which it appears it's going to do right now, any second. Yeah, it absolutely rip-roared to the upside just completely this morning. And let me just wait until I get out right here. Okay, right there, guys.
Order filled.
That would be my exit. And you know what? I've got my markers turned off. For some weird reason, it just defaults to turning these off every time I run this. But there you go. That was your entry. This was your exit right there.
Wow, did you see that? That's what you call precision.
Exactly. That's real algorithmic trading right there, guys. And the moment it crossed, that's when I got out. And notice how nice it caught the rip to the upside. It was outside the 15 bar VWAP. No noise at all, guys. Remember, when price gets inside this VWAP, it gets really super noisy. And if this VWAP starts going horizontal this way, it starts getting real noisy as well. But right now, price was outside the 15 bar VWAP, going up, 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 up. Real super nice. And the moment that you hit right here, that was the end of it. There was nothing else. Now, rewinding the tape a little bit, if you were a scalper, you would have gotten in right here at this first green arrow. Okay, so let me just get the crosshairs. I'll show you. This would have been your entry, and it aligns perfectly with the structural shift in the market right here. The moment that cycle goes up, guys, that's your structural shift that price is going up. You already have momentum in your favor. It's way above the zero line, okay, and it's flat. The moment you get this structural shift, guys, it perfectly aligns right here with the green arrow and that entry. You could have just jumped into that. You could have clipped it there. That would have been trade number one. And the moment it came back up right there, momentum is still high. You could have taken trade number two. That would have ended right there. So it would have been like maybe a 3-bar clip to the upside. So what ScalpMO does, because it's a scalping tool, it's not going to track the full momentum swing in price the way PYRMO is going to track it from beginning all the way to the end right here, guys. Okay, if you notice, this is the moment it crossed above the threshold right here, which was right at this bar, and it just took the trade all the way up. But instead of me jumping in right here and getting out right there, I decided to wait for the second rotation right there. The moment that cycle went up, you got a structural change, you got a movement right here with ScalpMO. That would have been your trade as a scalper. I took that entry as well, but then I saw momentum going up, and I said, haha, if momentum is going up and this is above the 15-bar VWAP, chances are this is going to continue its trajectory up. And sure enough, it did. And momentum right here, if you notice, it's way above the threshold. This tells you that there's a lot of movement and forcing the price going up, guys, okay? And this is something that you want to be aware of. So let's go ahead and keep rolling it. So if we're going to take a reversal trade, we want to see momentum fall. And we just saw it fall right there. Let me get rid of the crosshairs. You see that right there? Just came out of the threshold, which is really super nice right there. So we got a couple of things going in our favor right there. We got this bad boy that just came out of the threshold. We already have the purple line below zero, and you already hit an inflection point right there. If you see the inflection point, it just came down. So the cyan line in ScalpMO represents price, whatever price is doing here, okay? Just came down right there. So this might be a very good setup to go short right here because you're all the way at the extreme of the 80-bar VWAP. And remember, whenever you're at this large extreme of the 80-bar VWAP, you're likely going to get a roll down. So let's go ahead and see how that works.
Order filled.
If you want to take a cyclic exit right there, right smack right there, okay, you can. And this is right at the bottom of the VWAP right there. I didn't take it right there because I didn't see cycle and momentum crossing. In other words, the cyclic rotation right there. I did see it there and I kind of wondered. I'm like, okay, it's at the base of the VWAP right there. But I'm noticing how steep momentum is falling right there. And well, sure enough, look, it came down here again. And you're still outside of the threshold right there. So let's see what happens with it. But I did pause right now. I looked at this and I'm like, okay, this is it going to stall? And are we going to get the crossing sooner? But no, it actually came in, I think, 1 bar later and momentum actually sunk. And right there, guys,
order filled.
That's your exit, okay? Just climbed up a little bit. I don't know if you guys can see it right there, but it did. It did hit and it crossed the negative 0.43 threshold right there in gold. And that's the end. That is the absolute end of the move. Now, if you look here at market structure, okay, this is cycle number 1. This is the end of cycle number 1. And we know that because this is the commencement of the trend right here. So if you just go back, that's the beginning of cycle 1. This is the end right here. And let me just pause it for a second. Cycle number 2 never materialized. Look at this. It never crossed above the 0 line right there. In fact, at this bar, it just kinked up to the upside. Okay, so you got a nice shift right there in cycle and momentum is coming up. But what's happening down here with this trade? You already have the accelerant in exhaustion mode right here, guys. So if I'm looking at this trade, I'm looking at 2 things, okay? I'm looking at where is the accelerant? Well, it's right here at the exhaustion zone at 0.90. And where is the 15-bar VWAP? Well, doggone it, price is right there at the 15-bar VWAP. And we know for a fact, guys, that a lot of the times when you get these little retracements, price either stalls or it goes up above the 15-bar VWAP. But if I'm looking at the accelerant already being at 0.90, what's the likelihood that this is going to continue going up? So I'm not going to take my chances. If I'm looking at this as a trader, I'm not going to take my chances and say to myself, hey, yeah, I'm going to jump into this trade thinking that this is going to go all the way up here. Then I'm going to lock in the trade because I already know that I'm in exhaustion zone. And that's kind of like hitting the gas and then sort of running out of gas right there. So I don't think the amount of gas that I've got in my gas tank right here is going to really be enough to push this up. So let's see if I'm right or wrong. And sure enough, look what just happened right here, guys. It hit and nothing happened. Why did nothing happen right here? Okay, because you had run out of gas right here. You see this? Okay, let me actually put an arrow in case you can't see the box. Right there, you ran out of gas. It hit the top of the threshold, and when it does that, guys, you are gonna run out of gas and nothing is gonna happen. And that's the reason why it hit and it bounced. And now you're in a zone where there is 0 momentum in the swing in price. Look at PYRAMO right here at the bottom. You see how flat it became starting at 10:57 in the morning right there, guys? This whole area of flatness right there is nothing but consolidation right there. There is no signal. There is nothing to take. There is nothing to trade. Just wait. Now remember, guys, we don't chase bars like this only because you think it's going up. I mean, this is not even, this here wouldn't even be an engulfing candle, okay? So there's nothing to chase in this candle right here. If this was an engulfing candle, you would actually see the pattern, and this candle right here would confirm it. But this is not a pattern of what you would call an engulfing candle for you to chase this trade. This is noise. That's what it is. It hits the top of the 15 bar VWAP. It just rolls right into there and it stalls. Nothing happens, okay? So these aren't high probability trades, and you can see them by understanding the, what's going on right here with price as it rolls into the 15 bar VWAP. That's your stall zone. That's where most traders come and lose money. So you want to wait and be very patient with gold. We saw the reason why price stalled right here. Okay, it ran out of gas, hit, it stalled, and it just kind of bounced around right there. Retraced, hit the top of the 15 bar VWAP, and we know never, ever, ever chase these type of candles, ever. Because this candle right here will take it all back and you're going to be left wondering why. Then you'll remember that I said that anything that goes in here, that starts in here, ends up being a loser. And it's doing a really good job capturing this area of consolidation right there as well. And we'll just let it bounce. I mean, there's nothing we can do other than to watch and be patient, guys. Okay, and there you go, guys. This is just nothing but consolidation right there. None of this is tradable, okay? This is noise in the market, and the 15 bar VWAP is doing a beautiful job capturing all of it. Just this tool right here alone, guys, is a lifesaver, I tell you, because this tool right here alone will save you from a lot of really dumb trading mistakes. A lot of bad trading mistakes, it will. And there's nothing else like it out there in the market, guys. Trust me when I tell you that, okay? There is no dynamic VWAP as accurate and as precise as this one when it comes to capturing these areas of consolidation and keeping you out of bad trades. It's really good. It really works good. You just hit the 80 bar VWAP right here in this little wick. Momentum is still quite high right here with CYMO. So I'm just wondering, is this going to break up or down? And, you just can't sit here wondering. You got to see what's happening with market structure, okay? And market structure is telling you that momentum is still quite high. You're at the very, very top of the 80 bar VWAP. I mean, look at this, guys. It came from here, went all this way, bunch of noise, came all the way up. There you go. You're at the very top. Got a little bit of an inflection point hit. This looks good to me. This looks good as well.
Order filled.
I'll take that. You got a nice shift in momentum right there. Cycles going down. You got a nice shift right here as well, going down. And your purple line is already below the zero line as well. So let's see where this goes. This thing went all the way into the exhaustion zone right there. Probably not a good place to be. Yep.
Order filled.
The end right there. Nope, that trade didn't end up working out the way I thought. And hey, such is life, right? So we got 2 out of 3 today. And we practiced very good risk management. We got out here almost like with a paper cut, so it's no big deal. The moment that I saw this right here, I said to myself, man, this is it. This is really not going to go anywhere. It's way down here at the bottom. And I'm like, man, the moment I saw price sink over here, I said, nope, that's it. There's really not going to be any move that's going to warrant me wanting to stay in the trade right there. So, yep, I hopped out and that was the end of it, guys, right there. So it moves down and I was wrong. Well, such is life, but that was my exit and that was the end of it right there. Alrighty, guys, this is all I've got for you today. If you have any questions, just feel free to ask them in the comment box. I'd be more than happy to answer them for you. Okay, but if you're part of the tribe, guys, definitely do load up your 3-minute chart with GC, CYMO ScalpMO, Dynamic VWAP, replay the session, mark where CYMO maps structure, mark where ScalpMO triggered these short bursts, and definitely make note of your entries and exits. Okay, you can always send me your screenshots on Telegram. I'm happy to look at them and be a sounding board to you. Show your work, show your logic, and let your edge get sharper. Okay, this is how we refine, learn, and prepare for tomorrow's session. Okay, tomorrow will be another day. Might give us a different set of opportunities, but we got to be ready for them in the meantime. And this is what these sessions are all about right here.